Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us we have Toshiba TY-HRU30. It's an AM/FM shortwave portable radio with USB player. This radio was donated by Cesare Lombroso. He's a subscriber of mine on YouTube. Awesome dude. He's also a patron on my Patreon page. Again, thank you, sir. He asked me what radio I'd like to review, and I mentioned a few, and he picked this one out. So thank you. Awesome. I always like donations to the channel. Yes, it helps me. Also helps the channel, and also helps the viewer, because I'm sure some of you might have seen this radio on eBay and wondered if it was good or not. So we're going to go over it. Typical value of this radio is around $55 to $60, to give you an idea. Okay, so here's the box the radio came in. Toshiba, leading innovation. Model number, FM, medium wave, shortwave 1 through 6, USB radio, picture. So the box is pretty basic. Got some bullet points there on the side. Top of the radio, it's showing a picture there in the box. And I think that is it. So let's go ahead and show you what's inside. I took everything out. So the first thing you get, set that aside, is this monster cable. Let me just kind of zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so this I believe is a European plug, or UK. I'm not sure on those standards, but it looks pretty UK-like, European. Monster 220 volt, not usable in the States, unfortunately. So you have to run, if you're in the States, you're going to have to run your radio off of the batteries. So you can't use this cord. But if I ever go to Europe, I can plug it in. There you go, fused. Oh, it says right on there, UK standards. Please pays to look at the plug. All right, there you go. Okay, next we have some manuals. I noticed there's one here in Japanese, and typically I like to open them up to see if there's any funny little captions, though I usually only see those on the Sony radios. I don't know if this Toshiba would have the funny little diagrams. I don't see it. Okay, so it's all in Japanese on that one. Here we have an English one, which is good. I like our English manuals. Again, this is a pretty simple radio, so I really don't have to show you much, except I think there might be a spec here. So let's look at the specs. So up here we got frequency ranges. There's your FM, medium wave, shortwave 1 through 6. Kind of neat if you notice, the shortwave is a continuous range, though it is divided into 6 bands there. There's your USB 1.1 and 2.0. And I'll show you all that stuff there. Showing what it plays. Okay, showing you how it reads the card. Goes in pretty detail about the MP3 player. That's interesting. There's your power supply 220 if you're in the UK. Awesome. Power consumption 10 watts. Wow. Okay. I know this thing has some great audio. And of course, pretty basic information here. And again, features we'll talk about. So, not a bad, well-written manual here. I like it. All right, let's get the radio. All right, here is the radio, front and center. Toshiba. You know, right away it has a cool look to it. I like the color contrast. It does have an old school wood grain look to it, which we'll talk about. It's fun. All right, so let's go over dimensions real quick on this. It's 8.5 inches across. It is 4 5/8 inches high. And it's a case depth of 3 1/4 inches, including the knob there. So, yeah, let's go size comparison. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, or a lot maybe. I'm going to just tilt this here. I pretty much don't have a similar radio, but I have something like this. The Tecsun PL660 to give you an idea for size. There you go. If I can do an edge size here, we'll give you an idea of the thickness of these radios. Yeah, this thing's a little table beast. It's really neat. I love that. It's portable, and it's also like a table radio. So let's go ahead and put that aside, and we'll show some Iron Man, because everybody looks forward to seeing that. Bring this back down. So he fits kind of right where that speaker's at there. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's go talk about the features of this radio. So, okay, as you noticed, I like the cabinet. I love the 70s vibe, the old school dark wood grain. I lived in an old apartment once, and it had these paneled wood like this with green carpeting. Yeah, that was fun. Scream 70s. So, yeah, let's go to the front here. You'll notice we have a metal speaker grill here. And behind that is a 3-inch speaker. Yep, I think I measured about 3 inches there. It has a good audio quality to it. I really like it. As far as like an FM or USB players going, it sounds really good. Here we have Toshiba. Let me bring that up there. The model number. We have a power LED indicator, which is red, and a tuning LED indicator, which is red when you're in tune. There's our dial. You'll notice it's separated in FM, and then 1 through 6 on shortwave, and then medium wave to the right there. You can see the ranges. And then here we got a high visibility indicator that as you tune, it hides it a little bit, but it's not too bad. You kind of have a general idea where you're at. Then we got the stuff here, 8-band radio. Got our volume knob. Now, one thing about this radio, it's got a real solid feel to it, but these knobs are kind of cheap. So, like, here's our band select knob. We have USB, FM, medium wave, and our 1 through 6. At the right side here, let me see if I can show this on camera. It has a lot of play in it. So, like, when I'm on FM and I go to medium wave, sometimes I'm still on FM and I have to go back and forth a little bit to get on medium wave. So I may have to do that tonight. But here's our shortwave. It tends to stiffen up a little bit towards this side here. There's no play when it's on the last few bands of shortwave. But when it's over here, it's got some play in it. Don't know why. The tuning knob is fine. Nice and smooth. No issue there. But the volume and the on-off, this guy has like a lot of side-to-side wiggle to it. I don't think it's a big deal, but it has a feel of cheapness to it. But yeah, we'll talk about that in final thoughts. But it does work. Everything works. So, okay, we have on the right-hand side, we have a headphone jack. It's not stereo, unfortunately. I wish it was, because as a USB player, you think it would be stereo. But it's decent sounding on the FM and AM bands. It does have low-level noises, so if you're low-level volume, you hear a lot of noise. But it does sound good at medium volume. But it is mono both ears, so I'll give you an idea on that. More wood grain treatment, sweet. Digging the 70s vibe. I do like that. Cool, like handle on top here. I love these straps, the little leather looking, leatherite little handle there. And then behind it, you can see USB player. So we have a standard USB for flash drives, and we have our rewind, forward, pause, play, and of course, track forward and track back. Antenna, swivels, not quite 360, has a couple stops there because of the case here. But this extends out to 22 inches, which isn't too bad. It does halfway decent on shortwave without a wire, which is good. Bottom has a nice flat base. This thing's really wide, so it definitely will stand where you put it. And let's get to the back here. It's, like I said, again, the cabinet feels really well made. I mean, the knobs weren't so much, but everything else seems really solid and just cut. You can tell that it's quality as far as the cabinet goes. There's where AC plugs in. Behind here is the 2 D batteries. Runs on. There you go. You can see the positive side goes to the left on both batteries. Okay, I had to clear my throat there. Here are the 2 D batteries. I'm hearing a little sticker. It says FM, medium wave, shortwave, 1 through 6, USB radio. Pretty much what I've told you a few times already. And notice it says Toshiba Lifestyle Electronics Trading Company Limited. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this in here. Okay, do this on camera. All right, there we go. All right, let's go flip this radio over. And let's talk about FM reception. FM reception report. FM sensitivity was okay to good. It's about 2.5 star rating out of 5 stars. That's average. It's not a bad rating, just an average rating. I found 53 stations with it. So FM selectivity is okay to good. This has a lot of false peaking on FM, but it did find the stations, and the strong stations came in. They sounded beautiful. So overall, a decent radio, but it's kind of like in an analog family, even though it's a DSP radio. So there you go. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. And I'm going to pull this antenna up here just a little bit. I have a wire. We're going to do some shortwave listening, see if we can find anything on shortwave. This will give me a little range, a little wire. Look up my window. And let's start at the bottom of the band. We'll go to shortwave 2 because right now we are at 5:01 p.m. Central Standard Time near Chicago, Illinois, USA. And we'll see what we can find on shortwave just around dusk. Here's band 2, 5.6 to 8.9.
The lander and the rover ended the dormant mode and went to automatically according to the elevation angle of the sunlight. The China National Space Administration says the key instruments on the probe have started to work and the function of the relay satellite is also stable. But this?
That has a leisure swim and a leisure pool. One of the only, I think there's only a couple of them that are in that Scarborough area. I've seen some of the footage of this fire. It looks raging at one point there.
Yeah, so it is a shame for the community because then they lose the recreation center, which, you know, is a place that so many people use on a weekly basis.
To hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee.
It was rather tricky to tune on shortwave. Gotta go slow.
Cast in prison, and yet there was a spirit that enabled them to sing and praise God, and God just had a particular...
El objetivo es muy evidente. Y el objetivo es evidente que no lo lograron. También. Que no va a lograr quebrar a la familia venezolana.
En las calles y fuera de Venezuela, Juan Guaidó sigue sumando apoyo internacional. El Parlamento Europeo se sumó a la larga lista.
Canadian time signal. Dusk is a good time to search for shortwave. I enjoy it. And of course, we're going to get some full band scans with this radio during the day and the evenings, so you can look forward to those. Let's go to shortwave 3.
De restablecimiento de los servicios vitales como la electricidad, agua y alimentación, entre otros asuntos.
I wish it had a tone control. That'd be nice. Yeah, cuts out the DSP trying to lock on. Megahertz, and it seems to be pretty solid, right on the money there as far as the tuning indicator goes. I just covered it with the indicator.
And my apologies there. Hope to make it up for you with some music. And again, if you listen on shortwave in Europe, South America, don't even worry about it. Broadcast will continue as usual. If you listen on TuneIn or SoundCloud, broadcast will continue as usual as well. With that said, first song coming up is going to be an indie alternative tune from the mid-2000s from my own selections. Sit back, relax, enjoy the program. This is VLRW.
I want to sit back and relax and jam out. About a little later if they're still airing that.
Sobre la posible película Todderbert y decidió que había que empezar de cero, reescribirlo. Había que jugar con dos factores clave. Por un lado, el maquillaje y los efectos especiales. Por otro,
moderno equipamiento antidisturbios y gases lacrimógenos no estén en manos de los...
Salamat Todderbert means hello in Kyrgyz. Al-Tajargul, Soul Steering Kyrgyzstan, thanks you for establishing partner as a foundation for peace in the future. May heaven protect you as you protect our citizens.
Bonjour, téléspectateurs, bienvenue. Means hello, caring viewers in French. I'm Alexander from the City of Lights, Paris, in magnificent France.
We thank heavens for our wise government and wish you and all the world's citizens the same fortune.
Welcome to Noteworthy News, uplifting news for a blessed world.
Uplifting news for an enlightened world. Supreme Master Television brings you good news from around our beautiful planet. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our programs can be viewed online at suprememastertv.com, as well as
Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Let's go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to disconnect this antenna here. Okay, so what we're going to do is give you a little demonstration, which I usually do before I go to shortwave, but I just got excited about playing some shortwave because it was dusk, looking good there. What I'm using is this really tiny, this is a micro, let me show you this here. This is a, you can buy these off Amazon. I can put a link down below, description for these little thumb drives. This is really cool. So if you have a radio like this and you want to use a USB flash drive, this is just perfect because it's such a low profile. This is 16 gig. They come in 32. I'm guessing most of these radios support 16 or 32. I always go 16, err on the safe side. But you can tell this thing is really small. Wish it came with a lanyard. There's a spot for it, but I guess you got to make your own. That'd be easier to take these in and out. Let's go ahead and plug this in. So bring this up here. And I'll orientate the drive. Nice thing about that, it does sit pretty low profile. As you can see, it's not sticking up out of the way. The handle will still go over it for protection, so you don't have to worry about snapping it off. Good setup. So we'll go ahead and choose USB, the selector, all the way down. Turn this on. Now it's pretty basic. You turn the radio off. It'll start, I believe, at the beginning of the track again that you were on. Yeah, it doesn't remember the middle, it just remembers where it started. I'll do this for a couple minutes. When you switch tracks, it has a nice little smooth cutoff before the next one leads in. Definitely the player doing that. Oh, I think I hit pause. I can't see what I'm doing. It's like that instant silence, like, what happened?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Okay, gives you an idea there. I'm going to, I think I got some old-time radio.
Sound off for Chesterfield. Chesterfield is best for you.
I'm not sure why the tuning light's going on.
Both regular and king size. Chesterfield brings you Dragnet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Presenting the transcription feature, Superman.
Look, up in the sky.
Bird, it's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from the planet Krypton, who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Superman who can leap tall buildings at a single bound, race a speeding bullet to its target, then...
Countdown for blast off. Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science...
So the fast forward is kind of like slow, but
can you predict the future? Can you tell what will come in 100 years?
Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with the U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke.
Now, Frank Sinatra, transcribed as Rocky Fortune.
okay, so you get an idea. It's fun. I enjoy playing that stuff for you guys. I spent a little extra time on that, but hey, I enjoy it. So it sounds really good as an MP3 player. Excellent. Again, get one of those low profile thumb drives. They work out fantastic. I think they're like $6. Doesn't add much to the cost of the radio. And you have quite an entertainment device as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and turn this back off here. Take this out of the machine. All right, let's go to AM real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. Cruise up the band real fast. Then we'll do some final thoughts, because I'm going to do some daytime and evening band scans on the medium wave. Let's see, I got some noise. I think I had something on. Okay.
Precipitous withdrawal?
Get $50 off your first set of sheets plus free shipping with
they grow now. Seller's Market, they'll show you how to get the best value for your home.
Yeah, tricky to tune. Does very good during the day on locals and semi-locals that are strong stations.
Chevrolet, let me remove all because it's with the utmost.
Yes, there will be a punt return for a touchdown is plus 950.
He's the one, I'm sorry, he's the one who has made it very
720 WGN.
And all we got to,
Look at the zoomer. it's a sensitive radio, but it's tricky to tune. Like I just heard 750. I think that's WSB coming through.
29 to Route 390. Inbound a delay from 17th over to 1st, and Damon into the Burn interchange. 33 minutes from Route 390.
Now, as I understand it from my research, and I'm not a criminal law expert, but...
Secteur des ressources à Ottawa, le rapport
860 CGBC, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles.
du pipeline Trans Mountain par le gouvernement canadien a provoqué l'indignation des...
201-210-2727. That's 201-210-2727.
One of the big games with them. But towards the end of my career, we were losing by like 50 to them every single time we played.
ESPN?
And it got to the
36 months with 12K miles a year on approved credit. 2 or more at this payment at each location. No security deposit.
1100. I think this is Cleveland, Ohio. WTAM.
Only at Ganley's Mayfield Nissan or Ken Ganley Nissan, Medina. GanleyNissan.com.
Diabetes, items, and...
help. That's
I'm going to go up to the top of the band here. See where it tops out.
Good look at is there.
$50 or more and free shipping. Start enjoying the hot products you deserve and do it today. All right. So did we get the video? The video at the end. Video's good to go. Video's good. Everything's A-OK.
1630 here. Okay, so some crossing stations. This is 1620 and 1630 mixing. So that's about top end on the band on the AM. Again, sounds really good during the day. I would believe this is more of a daytime listener, though we will try this at night, do a full-time band scan. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. We'll do final thoughts on this radio. The Toshiba TY-HRU30. Again, thank you goes out to Cesare Lombroso. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I had to look that up to say how to pronounce his name. Yeah, he's awesome. Donated us Toshiba. Amazing guy. Thank you, sir. It's a great... enjoying the radio. It does have its quirks with the tuning. Kind of loose knobs here. Seeing the tuning light go on when the MP3 player was going was kind of like, what? There's a ghost in the machine. I can make this into a ghost box or something. Little wobbly controls. But, I mean, I think it'll last. The audio sounds really good. I mean, I'll be honest with you, this thing sounds great. So as a media player, sounding good through here. I like that. Shortwave, I was actually getting some decent shortwave for my simple little wire here. That's not bad. I'm pretty impressed with that. So we'll have to see what it does in our band scans. So does it get a recommended buy at 55 or 60 bucks? Not really, because 55, 60 bucks is a lot of money, because you're really close to the bigger radios, digital, like the 660s and things. But if you saw this in a store or something in your neck of the woods, because this I think probably was expensive because of import fees, this just feels like it's probably like a $30, $35 radio, and then there's this extra for import. That's what I feel anyway when I'm tuning this thing. It just has that feel of like a $35 radio. So there you go. So if you get it for that price, US dollars, go for it. You'll have a lot of fun tuning this thing. It sounds fantastic. The FM sounds great too. I mean, I enjoy this on FM. Love it. So there you go, Toshiba. If you enjoyed the presentation of this video, please give me a big like. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. 2, if you like Toshiba radios, this is my second Toshiba. I don't have many. So I've only reviewed 2 so far. First one was the Beachbody, a little AM/FM one. And then this one. And then, yeah, so I'm hoping to get more. We'll see what happens. But subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of future Toshiba radio videos, especially the band scans for this one. We can see what it does on my wire upstairs. It's strung out to my balcony. And then 3, of course, comment below what you think about Toshiba TY-HRU30. Would this be something you'd be interested in? It's kind of one of those different radios. I mean, it's a very interesting radio. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.